Speaking of Mike Tomlin, he was posed a question yesterday regarding ex-Pittsburgh Steelers wide receiver as well as Tampa Bay wide receiver Antonio Brown. Antonio Brown said that he would play for free for the Pittsburgh Steelers at this time. What a difference a couple of years make of a guy like Antonio Brown, who was just so arrogant and obnoxious and just failed to show any appreciation for the opportunities that he was given at the time. Because how many people get the opportunity like Antonio Brown? Very few in terms of playing sports and professional sports.
Small margin of people.
Small margin of people. So when you get to that point, you need to show a level of humbleness, and that doesn't seem to be the way Antonio Brown operated after he became successful. And Mike Tomlin didn't even comment on it. And just the look on his face is, he looked at those media people, and the person who asked him the question is like, why are you asking me this question? It sounds like a stupid question. Why would you even pose this question that Antonio Brown is interested in coming back to Pittsburgh? First of all, it's not even Mike Tomlin's call. Mike Tomlin will have some input in it, but it will be Art Rooney Jr. And Art Rooney is the owner of the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I'm pretty sure Art Rooney is not going to even entertain the idea of bringing Antonio Brown back. Give me your opinion of Antonio Brown's demise in his career from Pittsburgh to Tampa Bay, to the streets, basically, because that's where technically he is now. I don't know what he's doing in his personal time, but I would hope he's doing something positive.
Yeah, I couldn't see anything positive. Every time he opened his mouth, it's negative. Man, you think what a blessing to be in the NFL. What an honor to be in the NFL, and what a contribution you can make to an organization like the Pittsburgh Steelers, just judging off their past and the Super Bowls and just the classy type of owners that they have, to bring these rules in where you can make a group of men, billionaires, bring some minorities to the table to at least give them an interview. They don't want to establish that. So you get a player who's on a team with that type of thinking of ownership and leadership, and you just literally just whack your behind with it. The opportunities he had. I mean, from going from franchise to franchise and making a mockery and a stink of it. Every time he showed his behind up, he made a stink of it. He went to the Patriots and stunk up the place. He went down to Tampa Bay where they lured Brady in to win a championship. Brady had him staying at his house, and he just went over there and had diarrhea on the man's front lawn. And then he started talking about his spouse and his family. And out of all of these things that people did to help this nutcase, he want to come back and play football when you damn near stripped in the stadium, took off your jersey, and embarrassed me as a black man and as a fan of football, and just made a total fool of himself. And he think that somebody else will give him an opportunity. He need to go inject himself in a psychological ward. I mean, he need to go get his brain checked. And I mean, the dude actually need help. For a person to be in a position like that and don't respect that position. And I mean, you just think about it. This man had an opportunity to enrich his family for generations and generations to come. And now he's begging for a job because he's in the poorhouse. They got our local media talking about his house is in foreclosure. I mean, things are going so south with him now. And now he needs a job. He needs some income coming in because he's not making it in the position that he's in right now. But he just needs some help, man. and he needs help fast. And he's looking at all of these young superstars doing their thing. And actually, the majority of these players that's shining right now, Antonio Brown was actually a better player than them.
Oh, for sure.
But he just pissed it away. So he pissed away his opportunity. Now he done got old and uglier, and now he want a job. So, I mean, even where he is, man. So that's what he need to do.
Well,
yeah, that's what's going on.
The thing that I have more of a bigger issue with Antonio Brown is the way that he was so disloyal to Tom Brady. And Tom Brady stuck his neck out for that man to get him into Tampa Bay. And if it wasn't for Tom Brady, he wouldn't have even won a Super Bowl because he wouldn't have been at Tampa. Tom Brady was able to ask the head coach, Bruce Arians at the time, to bring Antonio Brown in. Now, as far as his performance on the field, there is no comparison. I mean, Antonio Brown was one of the best receivers in NFL football. I'm talking about more so going down in history. There is no receiver I've seen that can get open is clear as Antonio Brown. When a quarterback is scrambling on the run, he's the type of guy that he could shed a defender and get open and make play after play after play. So I'm not questioning his on-field performance. I'm just questioning his decision-making process off the field, and it might be due to too many concussions. That might be what it is. Because he took some shots. He took some big shots in his career. He was knocked out pretty much cold with Ray Lewis in a game when Pittsburgh played the Ravens. They sent him on a skinny post, and he went in there, and it was like going into the Lions' den, man. It was like going into the Lions' den. He got thumped, and he was out. He was down. I'm not saying that is part of his decision-making process, but when a player takes shots to his head and they continually take headshots, those injuries could be long-term damaging to that player's brain.
Well, he needs to go get checked out there because he's been a cuckoo bird for quite a moment now. So he just came out of nowhere being a cuckoo bird, man. Because I remember when his coach was doing a speech inside the locker room.
You're talking about the FaceTime situation.
Man. Come on, man. That stuff's supposed to stay in house, and he going live on FaceTime with his cell phone when his cell phone should have been put up somewhere. So that's an immature person, man, doing that stuff. He need to go get checked out. Maybe he had too many concussions, and he may get a little couple. They may give him a couple $2 for it. But
I thought he was working with Kanye West.
Kanye West crazy too, so he probably couldn't even deal with it. So, damn, you imagine both of those guys hooked up together, and he too crazy for Kanye? Man, what a combination, right? Unbelievable. Yeah,
he was doing some type of music project. At least that's what I read. And I don't know, like you said, that if Kanye is in the same type of situation, I would think that he's no longer more than likely even working with Kanye. It looked like that FaceTime event happened in 2017, and he violated team policy, he violated NFL policy when he did that, because that's confidential information that's not supposed to be spread with the public inside of a locker room of when a coach or when the organization is inside a locker room. They want to keep their business inside a locker room. They don't want the United States of America knowing about their business.
You got the opposing team listening to what your head coach is telling this team, man. Come on.
Yes.
Dude, he violated that all the way around. Think that team going to give him another shot? Older, slower.
He's done in NFL. I mean, he could forget it. He could forget the NFL. Maybe he could go to that summer or spring league. Did they play? In the spring league, that The Rock, he's the owner of the spring league. Him and his wife, ex-wife, should I say?
You know what? Come to think of it, he had bought some team. When they used to do the arena football, he had some.
Antonio Brown purchased the team.
Yeah, if you look it up, he had some type of team. And matter of fact, he was walking around, and the guy was telling him to move off the field, and he was telling the guy, "I'm the owner of the team." Look it up. I remember that. He just put a stain on everywhere he go.
So it says here that he purchased the Albany Empire, an arena football league, in March of 2023. He bought 47.5% of the team from the then primary owner, and then bought the remaining 47.5 for $1. So if a person is giving you a team, the remainder of the team for $1, that ought to tell you right there to turn and start running the other way.
Why you think
that ought to tell you to start turning and run? Listen, this guy gave 47.5% opportunity to purchase the franchise, and then he turned around and bought the remaining portion of 47.5 for $1. That tells me that the guy just didn't see any benefit in profit from that team, and he just gave it to Antonio Brown for $1.
Just hand it to him.
How many people you know gonna give you a team for $1?
Nobody with sense. And usually these guys got that much money, he know what time it is. He's getting out of it. And he left it right with a dodo. That's what he did.
Get this. The National Arena League expelled the Empire in June 2023 after Brown failed to pay a required fee and a fine. The league cited Brown's failure to pay the May 15th installment and a $1,000 fine for conduct detrimental to the league. Man, how low can you fall, man? How low?
The man leave.
How low can you fall? You tell me.
He's got the right name. He's got the right name. He leave a brown poop stain everywhere he go. Man, unbelievable.
Well, I'm gonna just say this. I wish Antonio Brown well. I'm hoping that he can get his life together, get back on track, become a very productive citizen to society, be able to take care of his family, and do the right thing. Don't do the wrong thing, do the right thing.
Well, I need to get him into somebody's service on Sunday.
You've reached the end of another episode of the DC Stewart Sports Talk podcast. Be sure to connect with us at Facebook and Twitter.com. Your voice is important, so head over to iTunes to subscribe, rate, and leave us a review. Catch our next episode.